guys. All right, so today we're going to be going over lesson 65. But before we get started, we're going to do a little bit of vocabulary. All right, so you guys know that when we do multiplication, we are using factors and trying to get a product. So, for example, my factors might be 2 and 5. So 2 times 5 would give me the product of 10. So in division, we also have special words for the different pieces, but this time we have 3 individual pieces. So we've got the dividend divided by the divisor equals the quotient. I know that's a lot. So I'm going to say it again. The dividend is divided by the divisor, which equals the quotient. One more time. The dividend is divided by the divisor, which equals the quotient. With that in mind, help me identify the dividend, divisor, and quotient in these problems. Okay, so look at problem A. 78 divided by 3 equals 26. All right, so for this problem, 78 is the dividend, the divisor is 3, and the quotient is 26. For B, the dividend is 24, the divisor is 8, and the quotient is 3. Go ahead and look at C and D and try and figure out for yourself, what do you think is the dividend, divisor, and quotient in the problems? And you can write down your guess in the comments below and I'll let you know if you got it. Now we're going to move right along and we're going to do some division, some more long division, my favorite, and it's even longer than last time. Divide 234 by 3. Okay, so we set up our problem like this. This is really the only way you can work with long division. I do not suggest writing out the division problem any other way if you're doing long division. It really does not work well at all. Super confusing. So set it up like this. We have our dead mice smell bad, which we know is division, multiplication, subtraction, bring down. First, we're going to try and do how many times does 3 go into 2? Surprise. 3 doesn't go into 2 at all. So what we have to do instead is focus on the first 2 digits in the number. So instead of seeing how many times does 3 go into 2, we're going to see how many times does 3 go into 23. If you check it out on your multiplication board, you will see that the closest you can get to 23 in the 3 column is 7. If you go any higher than 7, if you do 8, for example, that's higher than 23, so we can't do that. So it's got to be 7. Now we move on to multiplication. 7 times 3 is 21. So we're going to put 21 down there, and we're going to subtract. 23 minus 21 is 2. Bring down the 4 that's still up there, and we start all over again. Dead mice smell bad. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Then we multiply. 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract 24 from 24, that's 0. There's nothing to bring down. We're done. Next thing we need to do is check our answer. So to check, we have to take our supposed answer, in this case 78, and multiply it by our divisor, which in this case is 3. So 78 times 3, 234, that is our original dividend. 78 is indeed our quotient. Number 3, on a 9-day bike trip, Vera and her family rode 468 miles. They rode an average of how many miles per day? So Vera and her family probably rode different distances over that 9-day period. They got a little bit separated. Maybe one was further ahead, maybe some was a little bit behind. Everyone was a little bit different, but we're going to just kind of assume that they were all roughly doing the same distance. Okay, so we're going to be finding the average. That's what that's called. That's why it's asking for the average. So if we set up our problem, dead mice smell bad. We have 468 is our dividend. Our divisor is 9. How many times does 9 go into 4? 0. It doesn't go in at all. We can't do that. So we've got to focus on, instead of just the 4, we're going to focus on 46. So how many times does 9 go into 46? If you look at your multiplication chart, you will see that it goes in 5 times. Then we move on to multiplication. 5 times 9 is 45. 46 minus 45 is 1. Bring down the 8. Start all over again. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. Subtract 18 from 18, and you get 0, and there's nothing to bring down. So we go on to checking. We're going to take our assumed quotient, 52. We're going to multiply it by our divisor, 9, and make sure that we get to the dividend, 468. We do. So 52 is indeed our quotient. And I made a mistake. I didn't put the label. I'm so sorry, children. I failed you. Last one we're going to do is kind of a continuation of the little tip cheat hack I taught you last time with the multiples of 3. It still really only works with 3, but you can kind of use it with multiples, other multiples of 3. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but let me show you what I mean. For this one, it says, which of these numbers is a multiple of 9? So 9, not 3. But 9 itself is a multiple of 3. So we can actually kind of use this, and I'll show you how. So we start out doing the same thing we did with our 3 trick. So we're just going to take all of these options and we're going to add each of the digits together. So for A, we're going to add 1 plus 2 plus 3. For B, we're going to add 2 plus 3 plus 4, and so on and so forth for all of these. Now, these new numbers, all 4 of them, 6, 9, 12, and 15, these are all multiples of 3. But we want the number that is a multiple of 9. Anything times 9 equals 6? No. Anything times 9 equal 9? Yeah, 1 times 9. Anything times 9 equal 12? No. Anything times 9 equal 15? No. Only the 9 is a multiple of 9. That means that B is the only one of these numbers that is a multiple of 9. It's a little weird, but tricks are fun to teach, I guess. If you haven't already, go ahead and start on 65. If you need any help, let me know. And I'll put up some more math games for anyone who's a little bit ahead. And yeah, just keep on going, you guys. Okay? All right. See you next time.